Good morning. Today we are starting our Tuesday morning with some generally quiet weather. There are still some places where we have a little rain, some drizzle and mist out there too, reducing our visibility. But overall, those rain showers that we were dealing with yesterday, those are done and things are quiet now. We're looking at some pretty good conditions for us in Fargo to start off this morning, especially when you factor in the temperatures. It's pretty mild out there, especially for this time of day to be above freezing in November. That's a good thing. We're looking at 36 degrees in Fargo. It's 36 in Grand Forks, 38 in Jamestown. That's one of our warm spots, or is the warm spot. And then there are some spots where we're also around freezing, and we're at 32 degrees right now in Bemidji. So there may be a couple of places where we're a little bit slick on some of those roads. I mentioned the mist and the fog still hanging around. That's more likely in the east, and Bemidji has a report of less than a mile. So easy does it in this area as you are hitting the roads this morning. Wind speeds are pretty light, especially in that region. Elsewhere, we're looking at winds that are into the teens, either out of the west or northwest here this morning to begin our day. And your radar and satellite map looking pretty good. You could see that over the last few hours, we've had some areas of mist or some light drizzle around the heart of the Red River Valley. That seems to be dissipating here this morning. There's also some rain up around Kittson County, moving into Roseau County too. So not completely free and clear. And in fact, we'll be stuck with the clouds all day, and there might be some of that mist and that drizzle kind of hanging around too, especially in our eastern viewing area today. So this is a wider view. You could see that around Winnipeg, we've got a more substantial precipitation passing just north of us. So here's a look at our hour-by-hour planner. Overall, we're looking at a general quieter pattern here, or quieter moment, we'll say, for the day today. Will be mostly cloudy. Again, can't rule out a flurry or a sprinkle or two here, especially up in northwest Minnesota. And heading into the noon hour, temperatures on the rise. We'll be back into the low 40s in parts of the valley, especially along the Red River and some of the larger towns like Grand Forks and Fargo, and then down in the south too, where we'll see a little bit of sunshine peek through today. Temperatures to the east more into the low to mid 30s. Those of us, again, to the south and west more likely reaching that 40-degree mark. So again, staying cloudy, and just can't rule out some precipitation under any of these clouds. If we do see it, it will be very light today. But overall, again, in a break here as we continue into tonight with some light wind as well. Now we're going to zip ahead to tomorrow morning when our next system approaches and brings us a chance for some snow, and accumulating snow at that. Right now, forecast models indicating Northern Valley will be the focus for this. So by 9 a.m., you could see that streak of snow moving all the way into Minnesota at that point in time, basically following Highway 2, and then points north is where we'll more likely see it. Continuing into the noon hour, this continues to build in, and it just kind of travels over some of the same areas, and that's why we could see some accumulations that are maybe banding a little bit higher in spots. Eventually, though, we do see this system affect the Southern Valley too, heading into the evening hours for tomorrow night. But it will be snowing longer up north, and that's why we're going to have some heavier snowfall totals there. Some strong winds picking up with this too, so some blowing snow, visibility issues. So this could have some travel impacts here for us in the valley. Here's a look at your 7-day planner. We're going to see that chance for some snow Wednesday with that high into the mid 30s. It'll be below freezing when the snow starts to fall, or dropping below freezing at that point in time. And in addition to that, after this system moves through, we cool down for Thursday back below freezing. And then heading into the rest of the week, conditions are looking much quieter. So looking at the potential for snow, most likely in the Northern Valley, you could see accumulations may end up in that in the heavier range up north. I'm thinking at 1, 2, 3, maybe even 5 inches of snow in some spots, and then dropping off from there in the south. So we'll have more on this throughout the morning, and a look at your forecast for the rest of the week too, continuing as well.
Now that it's mid-November, I'm a lot less angry about snow.
Yeah,
you
right?
know, it's almost to be expected now.
Right. And you know, we've learned to tolerate it at this point too. So yeah, a little bit. It's not a big event, but it will be impactful for anybody who needs to travel.
Thank you, Lisa.
From planning to preparing, whipping up a Thanksgiving meal, well, it's not very easy.
That's why we're heading to the kitchen with some culinary experts who have tips and tricks to help you conquer Turkey Day. That's next.